Welcome back. It's been almost a week since the Centennial Mills warehouse caught fire, and now investigators say it's highly likely there are human remains in the rubble of the historic building. Fox 12's Vince Ibarra has details on the investigation and reaction from neighbors.
Well, people who live and work in the area say they are not shocked by this latest development, but they say it doesn't take away from the possibility of the lives lost in that fire. Portland Fire and Rescue say K-9 teams made 2 sweeps into the burned-out Centennial Mills warehouse Thursday, and both efforts came back positive for possible human remains. This photo provided by fire investigators shows the destruction after flames tore through the 116-year-old building on Sunday. Investigators say there's a high likelihood that human remains could be buried in the rubble.
It's unfortunate, but not terribly surprising.
Jay O'Brien used to regularly work in the neighborhood. He says the area has notoriously had a large unhoused population. O'Brien adds it's disappointing to see the old mill go unkept for so long.
It was sort of just a resignation. You know, this is something that could have been made into something nicer. We sat around, waited too long, and now it's just gone.
Portland Fire and Rescue say police were often sweeping the building, moving unhoused people out of the structure. And as they continue to investigate what started the fire, officials say it's a complex case.
At this point, we are not going to turn the building over to the owner. Our agency is going to maintain the physical custody of the building. So at that point, there are certain measures we will continue to put into place in order to ensure that our investigation maintains its case integrity.
Between the Fields Park being shut down and the railways being impacted, fire officials want to keep the investigation moving forward. They couldn't say when, but officials do plan to release K-9s into the building again. And the owner of the building has until August 14th to start demolishing the building. Meanwhile, fire investigators want to emphasize the importance of coming forward with any information, even if it's from a month ago. They say any and all info could be helpful in this investigation. Reporting in Northwest Portland, I'm Vince Ibarra, Fox 12 Oregon.
And in the wake of the Centennial Mills fire, an Oregon state lawmaker is pushing for action on other vacant historic properties. Representative Shannon Isidore represents downtown Portland, and she plans to introduce a bill in the next legislative session to strengthen oversight of long vacant, unstable historic properties. Not only is the Centennial Mills building at risk of collapse, investigators say debris tested positive for asbestos. Isidore says the Centennial Mills fire is a reminder that empty buildings don't just represent lost opportunity, but they can also become public safety concerns. In a statement, she says in part, quote, "We must continue investing in revitalization efforts that bring people back downtown while ensuring properties are maintained, meet fire and life safety standards, and are held accountable when they sit vacant."